Hello viewers, the main objective of this lecture is to make the students of visual arts to understand the major incarnations of Vishnu in the sculptures of northern India in the early times. Most of the images in stone represent the major incarnations of Vishnu, which are based on the ancient Indian texts. Some of them are in the collection of the museums and some are still the part of the temples. The sculptor tried to translate the exact images with minor variations. The main incarnations are as follows. Matsya Avatar. A few sculptures representing independent Matsya incarnations are found in the Varaha temple at Sauron and Nadri and Garva fort in Allahabad. This image may be assigned to the medieval period. Here, Matsya is in the fish form. It is shown swimming in the ocean with several recluses seated over it. All are engaged in the philosophical discourse. The image at Garva fort represents Matsya incarnation in a beautiful fish form with scales. 4 ascetics are adorned with neck ornament, holy thread, girdle, armlets, jatamukta and loincloth. They are standing in Samabhanga posture. They carry rosary in the raised right hand and a vessel in the left. Mithuna figures are carved on the upper panel and fine scrolls are executed on the lower relief with a male figure playing on flute. These images are carved in accordance with the legend recorded in the Agni Puran. Kurma Avatara. The image of Kurma is occasionally seen in the bas relief of the sculpture representing Vishnu as the main deity. It is generally represented in the simple tortoise form or along with the Sagramanthan scene. The first type of image is found in the Mathura Museum and State Museum sculptures assignable to circa 10th century AD. One interesting example of Kurma Avatara is noticed at Garva fort, Allahabad. Here, the tortoise is shown in a realistic manner and the gods and demons are churning, stick placed on his back. Brahma, female figures and Mithuna figures are executed on the upper panel. The image corresponds to the Agni Puran. Then the Varaha. The Varaha image of the pre-Gupta period was unknown, but the discovery of a slip containing the image of Varaha with an inscription in the Kushan script from Mathura poses interesting questions. It is the earliest representation of Varaha. The central figure represents Varaha, who has disproportionate contour of body and he is standing with the right leg stretched and the left slightly turned. He is decked with ornaments, anklets, necklace and Srivatsa symbol. 2 of his 4 hands are held in Katya Lambita pose and the remaining 2 are raised, holding in each a disc carved with the figure of sun seated in a 2-horse chariot. The deity appears to have been looking towards a small female figure, Prithvi, seated on his shoulder, that is probably carrying a lotus in her hand. A soldier holds a bow and arrow on the right side. A devotee with folded hands on the left side stands in humbleness. The figures are wrapped in Indo-Scythian dresses. On the pedestal, there is an inscription in the Kushana inscript assigned it to circa 1st 2nd century AD. The Varaha incarnation was very popular in the Gupta art. The image of the deity from Kuthari, now in the collection of the Allahabad Museum, has two arms. He stands on the reclining Adishesha, who is shown in Anjali pose. The deity is adorned with a beaded necklace, King Jalkni garland. He uplifts Prithvi with his left hand. It corresponds to the description of the Vishnu Dharmottara. One more image of Gupta period is in the collection of the Mathura Museum, consists of the left arm of a male figure on which a female figure is seated. A pillar represents Varaha lifting Prithvi as usual. It is in the collection of Bharat Kala Bhavan and can be assigned to circa 5th century AD. A Varaha image from Deoghar shows the deity standing in the similar attitude as the Udayagiri images. He is standing over Adishesha with the left leg turned and the right one stretched. The Adishesha and his consort are half lying with folded hands and have canopies over the head. The deity is decked with ikavali, armlets, anklets, Kenjalkni and lion cloth. The two-armed deity holds Prithvi on the left elbow and the right hand is placed on the hip. He is looked at her. On the right, Lakshmi stands with a lotus in her hand. A big halo surrounds the back of the deity. It tallies to the Udayagiri Varaha image and corresponds to the description of the Vishnu Dharmottara. The late Varaha statue from Deoghar has 4 arms and stands over Adishesha. He wears his usual ornaments. The Prithvi is seated on his back, left elbow caressing the snout with her right hand. The deity carries a conch in the front left, a discus in the back left, a mace in the back right hand, and the 4th one is held on his thigh. The frieze from Garhwa Fort, Allahabad, represents Varaha standing in Alita posture with the left leg raised and planted over a pedestal and the right stretched. The deity wears neck ornaments, vanamala, armlets, anklets and straps like a waistband in which a dagger is noticed. The deity is 4-armed. He carries a mace in the back right hand and a discus in the raised back left hand. Prithvi is seated on the elbow of this hand. He puts his front right hand near the hips while the 4th hand is partially broken. The deity is looking at Prithvi with love. The image is assigned to circa 10th century AD. 2 sculptures from Mathura represent Varaha standing with the figure of Prithvi on the left elbow. The additional figures are Brahma, Shiva, 3 Nagins, attendants and a lotus parasol. A sculpture from the bed of Gomati near Lucknow is a fragment from the lower part of the figure standing similarly with right leg on a kachapa and the left leg on a disc, supported by a couple of nagas. Varaha image in theomorphic form is quite interesting. The Varaha image are noticed at Dudhai, district Jhansi, and in the State Museum. The Dudhai image is a common type of Varaha image, wholly worked out as a boar animal with a thick snout, bearing the figure of Prithvi on the top, long tusks, and a big body covered with the figure of Prithvi on the top, long tusks, and a big body covered with the figures of gods and goddesses such as Kinnar, Saraswati, Rudra, and Adisheshwara. Narsimha, Incarnation, the earliest image of Girja Narsimha is found at Deogarh, belonging to the Gupta period. The deity is carved in a medallion. Seated in Lalita Asana, he wears a small crown, armlets, anklets, etc. The necklace is somewhat resembles to the Ikavali worn by Vishnu image in the Gupta period. His mouth is open and has side tusks. His hair are disheveled. He has 4 arms. He holds a mace in the back right hand, discus in the stretched front right hand placed over the knee, and a conch in the back left. The front left hand is resting on the knee. On his left, Prahlad is shown with folded hands. The image belongs to circa 6th century AD. A pillar shaft in Bharat Kala Bhavan, Banaras represents Narasimha on the face with mace, conch, discus, notice. It is based on the text of Vishnu Dharmottara. Another medieval pillar in the same museum shows Kevala Narasimha standing in Samavanga pose with 2 hands carrying a mace in the right and discus in the left. It follows the text of Rupa Mandana. A statue from Deogarh represents this form of the deity wearing usual ornaments. He is shown with 4 arms, 2 of which are enjoyed in tearing the belly of Hiranyakashipu, who is lying on his lap. The back right hand is held in the Kataka pose and the back left is raised. It may be assigned to circa 6th century AD. The medieval rock cut image from Dudhai, district Jhansi, represents the colossal figure of Narasimha with 25 feet in height. The deity stands in Alida pose with the left leg raised and placed over a pedestal and the right one stretched forward. The lion-faced deity has side tusk and open mouth. He wears heavy ornaments. He is steering the belly of the demon. The 2 back hands are raised upwards. The image represents Sthana Narasimha with a greater degree of variations. 2 broken images in the Allahabad Museum represent Sthana Narasimha with 4 arms, tearing the belly of the demon, along with the figure of Prahlad standing in Anjali pose. These images may be dated in circa 10th century AD. Sthana Narasimha with 8 arms is in the collection of the State Museum of Mathura. He wears heavy ornaments. His right leg is advanced in the posture of an archer and is planted on the back of a prostrate asura holding a sword and shield. 2 of his hands tear the bowels of Hiranyakashipu lying on his lap. He carries a mace and a sword. The left hand, carrying a lock of hair, also holds a shield and the other keeps a discus. The other arms are broken. Prahlad kneels with a garland in his hand on the right side. Bhudevi, Lakshmi, Shiva, Brahma, Kartikeya and other numerous figures are also carved. The sculpture goes to the description of the Matsya Puran and the Vakhyan Agama. The sculpture from Garhwa Fort, Allahabad, represents 8-armed Narasimha wearing heavy jewelry. He stands with right leg raised and planted on the shield of a demon, attacking him with a sword. He has 8 hands, tearing the belly of Harnyakshapu with the front 2 hands, dragging the tuft of hair of the demon with one of the left hands. With one of the right hands, he is withdrawing the entrails of the demon. His right hand is broken and the third right is keeping a lotus. The image may be dated back to circa 10th century. Vamana Avatara is also called Trivikarma. This form of Vishnu was first carved in the Gupta period. The Kothari pillar in the Allahabad Museum has an image of pot-bellied Vamana with short legs and wears deer skin in Upavita fashion. The deity holds a rosary in the right hand and a kamandalu in the left. This image tallies with the description of the Matsya Puran. One interesting image from Garhwa Fort, Allahabad, is in a boyish look. He stands in the Dvanga pose. He has a tuft of hair tied in a knot. He wears kapina, vanamala, necklaces, mekhala, zajanopavita, armlets, anklets and earrings. 2 hands are broken. The 4-armed Vamana carries a lotus flower in the back right hand and front right hand is held in Abhay pose. Vidyadharas are carved on the leaf. It belongs to the medieval period. The medieval image from Manawal district Sitapur, now in the collection of State Museum, is a typical Vamana figure. He is pot-bellied and wears earrings, vanamala and yajnopavita. He stands on a lotus in Samabhanga pose. He has 4 arms, out of which one is broken. He holds a discus in the upper left hand, a lotus in the upper right hand and the lower right hand is held in the Varta pose. Lakshmi, Pushti, Vidyadharas are also present. A statue in the Mathura Museum represents the bust of Vishnu in Vamana incarnation. The deity holds a mace and discus. A pillar from Amanpur district Ita represents Vamana standing before Bali, who is performing yajna. Vamana as a boy carries a chhatra. This medieval sculpture corresponds to Puranas. Trivikarma Murti was first sculptured in the Gupta period. There are 2 reliefs of this incarnation in the Mathura Museum of the Gupta period. The deity stands on the right leg and the left one is raised to strike the words. Another early medieval sculpture from Kashipur, now in National Museum, represents Trivikarma with numerous ornaments. The 4-armed deity holds a lotus in the front right hand held on the chest, a discus in the back left, a broken object in the back right, while the front left hand is broken. The deity is striding his right leg into the cosmos. Bali and his attendants are shown below. Now, Parshurama. The pillar from Amanpur district Ita depicts the encounter of Parshurama and Kartavirya, who was killed in this combat. Parshurama wears a tiger skin, Jatamukta and Yajnopavita. He has 2 hands. He is shown attacking Kartavirya with a battle axe in his right hand and the left one is broken. Another image from Garhwa Fort, Allahabad, represents Parshuram with 4 arms. The deity stands in Divibhanga pose and wears Karnamukta, ear pendants, necklace, holy thread, armlets, anklets, vanamala and embroidered drapery. He carries a battle axe in the back right hand and a lotus in the front right. The front left hand is held akimbo and the 4th one is broken. The figure agrees with the prescription of the Agni Purana. Now, Ragva Rama was sculptured for the first time in the Gupta period. The reliefs representing this incarnation are noticed at Deoghar, Varanasi and Chandpur, Jhansi, etc. Rama is associated with Sita, Lakshmana, Hanuman. The various reliefs illustrate the episodes from the life story of Rama. A statue from Deoghar represents the image of Rama shooting an arrow by the broken right hand and carrying a bow in the left. He wears vanamala, dhoti and an ornament on the trunk which consists of 2 cross bands. One band runs diagonally from the right shoulder and the other from the left. It is interesting to note one more band girdles the chest which comes from the junction of the former bands. He sits in Alidha pose. Lakshman, similarly dressed, is stretching the string of the bow. The sculpture may be assigned to the 5th-6th century AD. Another Gupta image from Deoghar shows a bust of Rama, usually dressed with Jatamukta and Yajnapadita. He carries a bow in the left hand and arrow in the right. A Gupta sculpture in the collection of Allahabad Museum represents the figure of Rama and Lakshmana standing under a tree. Both are in their usual dresses and stand in the Vibhanga pose. They carry a bow in the left hand resting with the shoulder and the right hand held in Abhay Mudra. One more figure wearing a crown over the head is shown discoursing with Rama. Hanuman with the right hand raised in the Abhay pose is also standing beside him. The sculpture was brought from Shringaravirapura and tallies with the description of the Vikhyasa Agama. A medieval image from Garhwa Fort, Allahabad, represents 2-armed Rama. He is shown standing in Divibhanga pose. He wears heavy ornaments. The deity has 2 hands holding an arrow in the right hand and a bow in the left. The image is exactly tallies with the description of the Rupa Mandana. The medieval sculpture from Chandpur, Jhansi shows the 4-armed deity standing in Tribhanga. He holds a conch in the back left hand, a bow in the broken front left, probably an arrow in the back right, and the front right hand is held in the Varta pose. Below, Hanuman is seated with folded hands. The image agrees with the description of the Agni Purana. Krishna, the earliest illustrations representing the episodes of Krishna's life are found in the Kushan period, round about Mathura. A relief from Mathura Museum depicts Vasudeva carrying the baby Krishna across Yamuna, indicated by water ripples, a crocodile, a couple of tortoises and fishes. A naga is advancing behind him with 7 hoods. It may be assigned to the early Kushan period. One image in the collection of the Mathura Museum also represents Kaliya Mardana scene, which belongs to the Gupta period. The figure of Krishna is shown riding over Kaliya. His left arm holds the string by which the head of the serpent is bridled. He is adorned with ornaments. Besides him stands a Naga damsel with deep devotion over her face. The statues representing Krishna lifting Govardhana are found at Mathura, Varanasi and other places. The image in the Bharat Kala Bhavan shows this scene with the classical beauty of circa 5th century AD. Krishna wearing necklace, armlets, earrings, anklets, vanamala, valya and angda is lifting Govardhan by his left hand and the right hand is placed on the hip. The Gupta sculptures show similar scenes. An image from Mathura represents Krishna holding Govardhana on the palm of his left hand. The deity is adorned with the usual ornaments and on each side a small figure standing with both hands resting on a club. There are numerous images of Krishna in the various museums. Balarama is one of the earliest deities to be represented in art, and his early image belongs to the Shunga period. The sculptures in the State Museum from Mathura and Bharat Kala Bhavan represent Balarama standing with the left leg stretched and the right slightly turned. His hair falls on the shoulders. He has two hands holding a plow in the left hand and a musala in the right. He has snake-hooded canopy on the head. His body structure takes him to the 2nd century BC. This image is exactly based on the description of Vishnu Dharmottara and Vihyan Agama. In the Kushan period, Balarama images were frequently sculptured round about Mathura. Almost all these figures are shown standing in the Bhanga pose, wearing a crown over the head, pendant in the left earlobes. He is wrapped in drapery and wears long garland. The deity is canopied by 7 hooded snakes. He holds a madaka in the left hand and the right one usually in Abhaya Mudra. The pistol and the mace are carved separately on the relief. It tallies to the text of the Agni Purana. Balarama retained the same popularity in the Gupta period. Four-armed Balarama appeared quite popular. The broken torso of Balarama from Mathura shows the suppleness and delicacy of the Gupta art. The deity is standing in Tribhanga pose and wears vanamala, a kavali and other usual ornaments. The deity has two arms. He holds a wine cup in his left hand. The image goes to circa 5th century AD. The image of four-armed Balarama is shown as usual with his left hand broken. The upper right hand is raised above the head as in the Kushan images. The other right hand holds a musala and left hand a wine cup. The image may be assigned to the circa 5th century AD. Another sculpture in the same museum shows the four-armed deity standing in Tribhanga pose. He wears his usual ornaments with a snake canopy. He holds a musala in the back right hand, a wine cup in the front right, a plow in the back left, and the front left is held in Katya Valambita pose. It generally tallies to the description of the Agni Purana and belongs to the Gupta period. The four-armed images of Balarama were continued in the medieval period. The frieze from Garba Fort, Allahabad, represents Balarama standing in the Bhanga pose. The back right hand is raised upwards and the front hand is placed on the thigh. A pistol is placed beside his hand. The deity carries a plow in the back left hand while the front one is broken. A devotee is shown below. It is assigned to the medieval period. A sculpture in the State Museum stands in Tribhanga pose. He wears Karanada Mukta, earrings, necklace, vanamala, holy thread and bears the mark Srivatsa on his chest. Two male figures, a male and female devotees, Shiva, Brahma and another figure of Balarama are carved in the relief. The image belongs to circa 10th century AD. It is based on Vishnu Dharmottara texts. Balarama with a chakra from Mathura is quite interesting. The Buddha incarnation of Vishnu is noticed on the reliefs of the main sculpture representing Vishnu exclusively in the medieval period. The deity is seated in Padma Asana and wears clothes in Upavita fashion. He has Ushanisha on the top of the head with curly hair. His both the hands are in yogic posture. The figure tallies to the description of the Agni Purana. Now, the Kalki is the 10th incarnation of Vishnu. Images in the Mathura Museum and State Museum represent Kalki incarnation along with other avatars. The deity is seated on the caparised horse and carries a sword in the right hand. These images may be assigned to the medieval period. The Dasavatara panel in the Mathura Museum shows the defaced figure of Kalki riding on a horse. The deity carries a staff in his right hand. The image belongs to circa 8th century AD. The images of all the 10 incarnations of Vishnu have been carved by the artists of North India. Matsya incarnation is a beautiful fish form. Kurma avatara is a simple tortoise form. Varaha avatara is the form of the boar for uplifting the earth. Narasimha with lion face and human body. Vamana avatara is the form of a dwarf. Parsurama is always with Parsu. Rama is always adorned with princely Lakshanas. Krishna with all attributes of the Puranas and Balarama with a plow in his hand. The Buddha looks like Vishnu. Kalki adorned with bow and arrow and rides on a horse. All these images are found in Kushana, Gupta and medieval times. It is interesting to note that the literary descriptions can be visualized in the images of the various periods. The significant sculptures are lying in the collection of the various museums of India. Agni Purana, Vishnu Dharmottara, Bhagavata Purana, Rupa Mandana, Vakhyasa Agama, Vatsya Purana, Aparajita Pricha, etc. are the main sources to understand these images. Mostly the images of the 10 incarnations of Vishnu follow the texts for the exact content and form. It is notable regarding these images as, for example, one desiring more corn should worship Matsya, and one wanting good health should worship Kurma. If desiring knowledge, one should worship the god Narasimha, and a man desiring prosperity should worship Varaha. Rama should be worshipped for fulfilling one's vow. The artist sculptured the images according to the given canons so that the worshippers communicate himself to the perfect form of this deity. Thank you very much.